Hello and welcome once again, Ghosts, to another Ghost Recon Breakpoint video. In this video, I kind of want to talk about the state of the game. Just a lot of things that are happening. The situations where you get the drop on somebody, you start shooting at them and they turn around and kill you with one bullet. Or the way the game is being played now, where there's not a lot of tactics being involved. I think because of the movement of the players and the strafing mechanic is kind of more or less turned into the game into a run and shoot kind of scenario. So in these first three clips, I'm going to show you the situations that are happening where you get the drop on somebody, you get the best of them. You start shooting first and you start landing your shots first, and then they can turn around and with one bullet down you. Now, I'm not sure if this is server lag or there's situations where people are lag switching. And the game is so broken at this point, man. It's really hard to tell what is what. I mean, obviously if it's the same people that are doing the same things over and over again, then you got to look at that and say maybe they are up to no good as far as the game is concerned. But these situations are kind of disappointing, especially for a person like me, a tactical player. I pride myself on figuring out what the other squad is doing, figuring out where they might be going, and doing my best to kind of flank behind them and get the drop on them. But it doesn't make much sense to be able to get the drop on somebody if they can just turn around and shoot you with one bullet and they end the fight. But in these situations, you can tell that there's some type of lag or something not right going on, because in this clip here, as you can see, I just got the drop on him, hit him with a few bullets, and I die. And then you're going to see right here that my name pops up seconds later on the kill feed that I killed this guy. So not sure if that's, like I said, the lag switching, server lag, but it's definitely a situation that's unfortunate, or it's disappointing. Because like I said, I got the drop on him. I knew exactly where he's going. I knew his path, and I started shooting him before he could even raise his gun up. If you look at the clip closer, you'll see that his gun didn't even raise up. I just, there was a muzzle flash, and then I died. So, and these things are happening a lot more often lately. It's like I say, it's kind of disappointing to see that type of thing. Especially in situations like there was one that I had on the snow map where my team got killed. It was like 4v1. I downed 3 players. I catch a rhythm so much to the point where when I find the last guy, I got behind him, and I was like, in my mind, game over. I start shooting him. He turns around, one shot, I'm dead. And that type of thing right there, that's the type of thing that'll make you put the game down for good, man. Because even in a situation like that, the rhythm situation where I did catch a rhythm, this guy's gonna pop his smoke and I'm still gonna kill him. But in a situation like that, in a rhythm situation, and then you gotta think about like the momentum of a game, or the momentum of life. I'm in a situation where I've gone through all the things that I went to kill 3 players, which wasn't easy, because I kept having to pop syringes. My last syringe, I healed all the way up. I was behind this guy, got the drop on him. He turns around and one-shots me. That's the type of thing that makes you want to put the game down for good. And these situations are ever present in this game. It's so disappointing to the tactical player. And this clip right here, I hear this dude stick himself, so I know I got a minute, because that animation. Oh, he ain't even looking at me. Exactly. That animation in this game, once you stick yourself with that syringe, you can't. If you're in the middle of a fight, you stick yourself with that syringe, it doesn't allow you to shoot immediately. I go out the door knowing that I got the drop on this cat, and he doesn't even get an eye on me, but I'm dead. It's, like I said, it's disappointing. It's the type of stuff that actually made me go back to Bolivia. In this clip right here, this guy got the drop on him. Now, the previous match, he one-shot me, and I didn't think anything of it, because hey, sometimes headshots happen. But then this happened, He turns around after getting filled with all the bullets and kills me. I mean, we did trade, but that's not what should be happening. I shouldn't fill a guy with a half a clip. He's still able to turn around and one shot. And that's the most disappointing part. It's like, here I am playing the game properly. So if I get a headshot, it's legitimate. 9 times out of 10, when I'm in a battle with somebody, it's taking a few bullets to kill them. But in these situations where I'm getting killed, where I get behind somebody, they turn around, or I get a drop on somebody, they turn around, fire the gun once, and my man's down. So I took my talents to Bolivia. I took the assassin to Bolivia because after you play Breakpoint, you get used to that movement speed. And the reason I want to show this clip here is the other thing that I'm noticing in the game is I believe because of the movement speed and because of the fact that you can strafe by basically turning your man around and keeping your reticle in one area. So everybody pretty much more or less plays the game in a Call of Duty style. There have been multiple matches, back to back matches that I played in as a solo player, where a squad runs to wherever they feel like the high traffic area of the map is and ends up getting killed. Now when I see something like that and I see that a squad is doing the same thing over and over, I say to myself, I'm going to go ahead and flank and get behind them. But the unfortunate thing is while I'm flanking, 60 seconds into the match, my whole team is dead. So even if I decide to play the way that they're playing, it's not necessarily something that is appealing to me, because I'm an old school SOCOM player. So in SOCOM, once you died, so you had to be tactical. If you run into the middle of the map and get yourself murdered, you're watching the rest of the match from the sidelines. And that's one of the beautiful things about Ghost Recon is the pickup mechanic. But even with that pickup mechanic, man, it's still very disappointing to see your whole squad, especially after the first round. In the first round, I see a squad, they go into the one area of the map. Okay, the next round, I'm thinking to myself, I'm flanking, I'm going to get behind them. And if you see in a lot of my videos, it actually works out when I do get behind a squad. But unfortunately, it doesn't always work out like that, because you can't be 1v4 every match, because your squad, whether they're new players or veteran players, run to one area of the map, don't get any intel and get murdered, or they may even come face to face and end up not winning any of those gunfights. And like I said, I attribute this to the movement speed of the player on that game. You can pretty much cover the map at high speed. They tried to slow you down by taking away your stamina, but once the stamina goes up, you're still moving at a high rate of speed. The fact that you can turn your camera around 360 degrees and be able to see all areas around you with your reticle is another thing, because people just more or less spinning around in a circle, chicken dancing, waiting for people to stop shooting or empty the clip, and then they shoot back. And it is causing a fast-paced Call of Duty type of game. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is a negative thing to an individual who likes to play tactical. One of the main things, like I was saying about SOCOM, is the fact that you had to be tactical. There were situations where you had to get hostages out of a prison. You had to find a way into that prison. You had to find the situation where you had to plant bomb in a base. You had to find your way into that base, trying to find the best way in without being spotted or getting as much intel as you could. And then there were no drones on that game, so that was extremely difficult. But it slowed the game down. You had to be tactical, because if you didn't, you run into blind spots without thinking, you just die. And that is one of the things that I liked about Ghost Recon, was the fact that you could be tactical. Now, when Wildlands first came out, they did have the movement speed perk, where, and a lot of people were doing that. They put the movement speed perk on. Everybody would grab an assault class and they run to the middle of the map and play murder ball. But it kind of changed once they turned that into just stamina. You don't see a lot of people using that perk anymore. And this is why I could do things like I'm doing on this clip right here. I started on my side of the map, came to their side, killed some people, went back to our side, killed some people, ended up in the middle, killed some people. But it wasn't a situation where the whole squad on both sides just ran into the middle. You had to be tactical. You had to pay attention to what's going on around you. Shot markers, things of that nature. And Breakpoint has gotten really boring to me. Not just because every time I play against somebody as a solo player, it seems like every other match, if not 3 or 4 matches in a row, I'm 1v4 because I'm the only person on my squad who say, hey, let me see if I can get behind these cats. The only person on my squad who's thinking like that. And it's incredible. That's because new or old player, once they get to that, know that mechanic, you know how fast you can move, you know that you can keep your reticle in one area while turning your guy around. It changes the complexion of the game. It makes it more fast-paced, and it makes it, I guess, more appealing to kind of just run into the middle and let's just see who can kill who first. And a lot of times at the end of the game, it turns into that anyway, because you got the shrinking map situation. So even if you don't see anybody the whole map, by the end of the map, it could turn into a situation where it's, let's see who can outshoot who. And I can respect that because you have less draws, you have less situations where somebody's going to be able to just camp the entire map. So that's where we are with the state of the game right now. There's a lot of other bugs and glitches. I've played a match where one of my teammates was like 400 kilometers away. How is that possible? I've heard of situations where there have been players that have been invisible. I haven't noticed that yet, haven't seen it yet. The biggest thing that has been happening to me, like I said in the beginning of the video, is just that one-shot kill situation where you get the drop on somebody. You play it as tactical as you can play. Get behind somebody and they can just turn around and kill you with one shot. So, like I said, I'm not sure if that's server lag. I'm not sure if we got aim bots. The DMR glitch is probably still a game thing, so individuals are probably still using the damage glitch from the DMR. It's all possible. Like I said, Breakpoint is so broken at this point, man. It's hard to tell what's a cheat and what's just a problem with the server. And there's a lot of positive in Breakpoint. I've had a lot of fun in Breakpoint, man. I've got some clips to show you where I actually catch a rhythm and just down multiple players. So I mean, there's situations where people are just not trying to be tactical and they end up dead, and there's situations where I seem like I'm the only one who's thinking about being tactical. So the run and gun thing has become ever more prevalent in Breakpoint, as I've noticed. And the only thing way they're going to be able to do that is if they slow down the movement and do something where even if you're able to run around in a circle, you can't be successful, or at least put suppression in Breakpoint. Suppression was a big thing in Wildlands. So at any rate, that's the end of this video. I am going to put out some more highlight videos for you guys to check out. So if you're interested in those things, if you like this type of content, hit the like and subscribe. And until the next one, peace, and I'm out.